Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, barbecue heads of all ages. It is Sunday night. It is 8 p.m. or just a hair ahead. Guys, I am Cowboy Kev, and it is time for the Barbecue Chat Show. Guys, we are going to be talking about gifts and things like that you can give to the barbecuer, griller in your life, and about who knows what else. Here's our boy, Mikey K. Get him in, and we'll start going. Let's get Mikey in here tonight. It fucking goes. Yes, go live. Hey, let's see. Does he come on? I don't see him yet. There he is.
You're
here.
I'm here. Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm not doing bad now.
Did we get our candle lit?
Candle was lit. We had a small, maybe emergency. 10 minutes ago.
What broke?
The bathroom.
Or who got? Which child? Which person broke it?
This person. But
that kind of a day.
Yeah. You texted me. You're like, "How are you doing?" I'm like, "Currently." Not quite sure. Currently, it was a little rough.
Hey, sometimes you gotta, mid flush, courtesy flush isn't a bad thing.
A couple. Rough.
What's going on, buddy?
Oh, no.
How was the rest of your weekend other than that?
It was good. It was good. Worked, kind of what we do.
Awesome. Jason, what's up, bud?
What up, bud?
Holy, it's fucking working tonight.
Somebody's got headphones on.
It's working.
That's why it's tonight. Because I can hear you.
I don't know why it's working tonight. I couldn't tell you why.
Without the
background hum.
Yeah, which is great.
I don't know why they're working tonight, but they're working tonight. I am not going to complain.
Amanda just got a new phone, and she's having all kinds of problems with it, like just ridiculously problems. And they're basically like,
that's what she said after I had texted you.
Yeah, the hard thing is like she can't get any group texts.
Which is weird.
If there's an Android in it. So if it's iPhone, it's still working. But if there's an Android,
it's not converting it to MMS.
It's not but it's not converting it like she can send the text. Like it looks like she's sending the text, but no one gets it, and she can't get anything back from you. So like if you text us, I get it, but she wasn't.
That's weird.
That's why I was like, "Hey," I'm like, "Are you gonna text Kevin back?" And she's like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "He was just texting us." And she like looked at, she's like, "I didn't get anything." I'm like, "What do you mean?" I mean, shut up. Yeah. She's like, "No, look." And then she tried doing sending a message in that group chat, and
nothing happened.
I didn't get it. Nothing happened. So it's just really weird. It's acting up on her. And
gotta love technology.
Well, I just feel like the problem is like they release shit knowing that there's glitches.
Yeah.
And they know
that
they'll find the bugs faster.
And they release shit knowing, I mean, let's be honest, Tim Cook came out and straight up said, then buy them an iPhone. Like, the rest of everything else uses RCS, which gives you everything an iMessage does and works with everything. You can do it to a computer, to a tablet. It works everywhere.
Yeah.
Except for iPhone. But they also straight up said, no, we don't want to, because then we're going to, that's going to allow people to leave and more people are going to leave.
Well, a lot of it is that.
Yeah.
Because it is, once your phone is actually like set, this is really high. Once your phone is actually like set, like through the carrier, like when you switch over, it takes a while for it to
It does.
like process itself. And like I've heard a lot of people that do switch from like Android to Apple, and it'll be a pain in the ass, and their messages won't go through. And then the same thing with when you go from
the reverse.
Yeah, like they just like their messages don't go through because a lot of people's phones too are set up to know like, okay, this number's an like it's an
Exactly.
iMessage. So what up, Cat Daddy?
Yeah. Hello. What's up, bud?
It's an iPhone, so it's meant to send that lovely blue box.
I can make mine blue. I can change all the colors of all my boxes, of all the boxes in it.
All your boxes, huh? But no, but you know what I mean? It's like that, just like
really, that was it. That was all I got out of you for that comment. Like that was a softball.
I know. Oh, I know. I didn't.
You could tell Mike was a little stressed before we started this because he let that one go.
I let it go. But what up, Max? How are you?
What's going on?
One of those things where it's like, fuck. Sometimes when you start with, it's like you lock yourself in.
Or else you have to be willing to take the time and the effort to deal with it till you get it.
Not to mention transferring from phone to phone. Then there is no easy way to transfer from phone to phone.
Not from brand to brand. Not from that, because Android. Yeah, because Android actually makes it fantastic if you're going to another Android.
Apple does it okay. Like it's fine when you go to an Apple. It's whatever you put them together and they do their thing. It takes whatever, depending on how big your phone is or whatever, it takes a little bit. But it's if you want to go from Apple to
from
Android,
one,
then you're just, there's no easy, like you basically are starting from scratch. Just re-download everything. You better remember all your fucking passwords.
Yep.
And you better be ready to get the fucking 4 million emails of, did you sign in here? We just got to sign in. Did you sign in here?
Yeah,
Which
exactly.
I get it. Don't get me wrong. It's protection. I get it.
It's a good thing, but it's just annoying.
Yes.
Yep.
Like even when I got my new phone.
Okay, that's an awesome name. Bullshit. Hold on, I have to stop you. New Balance and Grill.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Where are you from?
That is great. That is a fantastic name.
So
is that on your list of presents? Is that on your list of gifts? New Balances?
No. New Balances are not on my list. I did.
Mikey's like, I would rather die.
I did just get a new pair, but
yeah, I'm sure they weren't New Balances.
They were not. I got the Pharrell collab with Adidas, and then Amanda got the Home Alone collab.
I'm an Air Monarch guy.
So, but let's talk about Christmas presents. Let's talk about what you can get that human. And I think we should start this way. I think we should start with stocking stuffers.
Okay.
And then move it up. Because obviously, like, the best present is like a new cooker. But not everyone's going to drop that for Christmas. You know what
Correct.
I mean? And that's not a small gift to give somebody. Like, you really got to do some asshole chef. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, bud?
You know what I mean? That's not always a thing.
No, that's not one. Yeah, that's not a thing, especially not one that you do without information.
Without some research, right?
Yep.
Thermopops. Thermopops are amazing gifts. They cost about fuck. I probably should have brought the iPad so I could look
I
stuff
just
up.
bought one. I just bought one as a gift. It cost me $16, I
Okay,
think.
I was gonna say I should have brought the iPad so I could look shit up and we could have like actual numbers.
Actual numbers,
Um, well, we're gonna lie to you guys about what most of this shit
prices
costs
are.
because I don't remember most of. But a Thermopop, or if you want to splurge for the Thermopen, either one is great. But and I mean all the line, to be honest.
Yeah, no, everything. But I guess I would look at, we'll say, starting with stocking stuffers. A thermopop is one to me that would be a stocking stuffer, where a thermopen one would be an actual gift.
Yeah,
So we'll say any of their products are, and we'll say that was actually one of my other things. Is so we'll get to that when we get to actual
in the
presents.
further gift. Yeah, and I know I know that's kind of a
Yeah,
pendulum swing, right?
yeah.
But a Thermopop is a great one. They come in a variety of different colors, so if you want to get, anything, my recommendation is a bright pink one for a
So you
couple
get
different reasons.
one,
Here's the
nobody
reasons.
steals it.
There you go. Nobody fucking steals your shit because if you get a black one, then they're like, oh, well, I had the black one or whatever. Have a fucking bright pink one. That's fucking mine, and you can see it from fucking everywhere.
Yeah, you know where it went.
You know what I mean? Like I have a white Thermopen that I fucking lose all the time because
Yep,
it's fucking white and it blends into like a bunch of shit.
yep.
So I love it. Don't get me wrong, but I fucking lose it. So I always go with the bright colors. They're easier to
Especially the
spot.
colors that aren't common.
Yeah,
If you're somebody that cooks around a lot of people, or if they're somebody that cooks around a lot of
yeah,
people, that bright color, one, it denotes it's theirs. Two, makes it easy to spot when you forget to put it back in your pocket.
exactly. But Thermopop, great. That's a great starting stocking stuffer. You're looking at like we said, like 16 to $20, depending on maybe shipping if you're not
And
picking it
and,
up.
and if you're watching it, they do weird sales, and I mean
Sure,
those
yeah,
guys
they
are
do sales all the time.
always throwing sales out there.
But they're also
Um,
available at, like, if I'm not wrong, Ace Hardware carries them. A lot of Ace Hardware will carry them.
oh,
So if you
cool.
need like somewhere to go quick, yep.
That's cool.
If it's a bright color, just fucking work.
Yeah, you know where it is. You see it. You know what it is. Yeah.
Um, this, this is gonna be a weird one, but it's a good stocking stuffer. Go to your local like farm store or work store. We have Farm and Fleet here. We have Tractor
Tractor Supply.
Supply,
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know if Harbor Freight carries them or not, but cotton work gloves. Go get them cotton
Abs.
work gloves.
You, you
It's gonna
took
sound
my,
weird, right?
yeah, but they are. So cotton work gloves, and we'll say,
A box
if you know the person
of
really
latex
well, a box
gloves.
of good latex gloves, you put those together, that is a fantastic present because you use those together and they work phenomenal.
Yep.
When you're doing things like moving food, pulling, pulling a tray of
Pulled
pork,
pork,
pulled
whatever. They're great.
chicken, just slicing, and you're holding the piece of meat so you can slice. Any one of those things, that those cotton gloves with the latex over it, are fan fucking tastic.
And they come in a pack of like, I want to say they come in like a pack of 10.
Yeah,
And they're anywhere from like $8.99 to $10.99 for that pack. Just get them the pack of 10. Don't get just the one, just
because
because
here's one thing: is they
they
do
burn
wear
out.
out. They
Yeah, I was
burn
gonna say they
out.
burn out.
They start to separate, and all of a sudden,
Yeah,
and you'll find it. You'll find that separation, even though your latex glove isn't torn.
you'll
All of a
know.
sudden, your fingertip, or
It
some
feels like a
other part of your
little
hand,
warm.
actually, where I always
wear it right here, like from moving my
See, I
fingers,
get
like
it here.
yeah,
Like I get
I've
it
gotten
in the
that one
middle.
too. But
That's where I get it a lot of.
and all of
Is
a sudden you go like this, and you're in your brain, you're like, dum de dum, this is what I do every time. And the worst part is it takes like 15 seconds or so before your
your hands
brain
covered.
registers,
Yeah, your hands fully covered
and
inside of it. Yeah.
like you're going to town, and all of a sudden you're like, something feels funny. What
It's a lot.
feels motherfucker?
That's a lot warmer than it was 2 minutes
Yeah,
ago. But yeah, they do wear they kind of fall apart.
they
They're
break
cotton,
down.
so get them the 10,
Yep.
get them the 10 pack, get them a nice pair of latex gloves to go with it. And
Absolutely.
if they look at you funny when you give them it, be like, hey, this is what they said. If they have never tried
You
it,
can
I'm sure they
you can
have.
blame it on us.
Yeah. If not, just be like, listen,
Yeah.
I carry a pair of
Look,
latex gloves with me all the time.
if you go look at any competitive barbecue team, if you look at older people,
All of them.
older barbecue guys in restaurants, they don't do it. Obviously, they've destroyed every nerve
Most
in
of
their
them have,
fingertips. But a lot of the competition guys, that's how they do
cooking.
everything.
They're not
That's
cooking daily.
because that's exactly it. They're not cooking daily.
Sorry.
So they haven't wrecked their fingertips. They haven't been like, oh fuck, let me do
Yeah.
this.
They still got manager
alo-
hands.
yeah. Along with cotton gloves, another good stocking stuffer is bar towels.
Yes. Yeah.
Bar towels, hand towels, what different people have different names for them,
Yeah.
but your standard towel, a lot of them are white with like a blue stripe on them.
Yeah, just don't make the mistake of getting the microfiber ones. The microfiber ones suck.
Because they let off all the little fibers.
Well, they let off the fibers, and they also like if your hands are at all like working hands, you're gonna catch it.
They stick.
Every little fucking fingertip. Hold on, give me 1 second. They fucking stick, and they're brutal.
Yeah.
So don't do that. Just get them the regular towel.
But those things, you can order a pack of them online. They can wash them. They're super handy to have around and keep around with you. Absolutely a fantastic choice for a stocking stuffer.
Now you can also get them a great pair of hot gloves. Go to fireandsmokebarbecue.com. We sell a great pair. Boom, right there. We sell a great pair. They're high heat, super great. If you need to pick up a grate, if you need to pick up fucking anything. Obviously,
they're long too. This is one of the things I do tell people about them is they're long, which a lot of these kind of gloves stop
cut off right
about
there, yeah.
here. So these are long. They work fantastic.
And the big difference,
they look cool.
And they look cool. That's a big one. But the big difference between like what we're talking about with the cotton glove and latex on top of it to these are not going to be something that you would pull apart a shoulder with. This is not something that you want to get wet. You know what I mean?
Correct.
No moisture can really get into that because it'll literally just it'll make the glove disgusting. B, it's going to
this takes the place of an oven mitt.
Yes. There you go. Yeah.
You're gonna move a pan, you're gonna move a tray. If you've got a gas grill or a charcoal grill, a big green egg. So we'll use a big green egg as a great example, or a Weber kettle, where sometimes you got to move the grate out. You have to add more charcoal, or you need to change how it's set up. These work fantastic for grabbing that grate, getting it out of your way. You're not getting burned up by it.
Knox is right. Rubs, sauces, all that kind of stuff. These are all great stocking stuffers. Once again, Fire and Smoke makes some great rubs and sauces.
Absolutely do.
No pitch there or anything. You use the code.
By the way, tonight we are sponsored by
What's your code? I don't remember the damn code.
Wiley10.
It's Wiley10. Thank you.
Wiley10. Use it when you go over to Fire and Smoke and get
I'll save you some money.
yourself a deal, save yourself some money, and get yourself some. I will give my little spiel. Get shiitake. If you don't get anything else, get shiitake. It's a pain in the ass for Mikey to make, but it is worth.
Okay.
If you get it, you will tell him right away. Oh, look at that!
Oh shit!
Looking for a duel?
And he's back.
I challenge you, sir.
Like
busy
never
kicking
left.
my own ass.
Is that a Dixon? You wearing a Dixon there?
No, that's Carhartt.
Is he got dicks?
Oh,
What?
Oh, wearing a Carhartt.
He's got a lot of dicks. What?
My Carhartt. I love this thing, man. It's warm as can be. Use this when I'm riding too. I got
Carhartts are
a
great.
question for you all. Let's talk about tongs.
Yes.
I don't think we've really got. I mean, that's. I don't know about you guys, but that's my number one tool besides a chef's knife. I go through tongs like crazy. Where do you guys land in the tong region?
I use my hands.
Yeah, of course you do, man. And it's just savage. Look at your beard. You know what I mean? Look at your ears. They all say
if I'm
savage.
going,
He's just
for
jealous because he
tongs,
shaved off his mustache.
It's true.
I need a long pair of tongs. Something that's really good.
Now you going with your basic, like, steel ones that you get like the Restaurant Depot, or or you going, because me personally, I like the Home Depot, Lowe's tongs. The wooden handled ones were cool, but now they got the black, like a
rubber.
black, yeah, which are not as strong as what they used to be. But I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I just got probably, like, low estimate 25, 30 pairs of tongs. Because
So
that's my
I don't
thing.
have
I don't know why.
that many because, like Mike said, I use my hands. My tongs tend to be more for serving.
Right. Got you. So it's a different realm then.
But don't forget when we're talking, Steelhouse does a lot of tri-tip where we don't.
And a lot of
it's a lot of chicken. So it's a lot of more
chicken.
grilling.
So you're moving a lot
You're
more.
right.
Where I'm doing a lot of brisket and pulled pork,
That
so
makes
I don't
lower
need
temperatures.
to move quite as much shit quite as fast. If I was doing what you were doing, there'd be a slew of
with the egg. Since I got the egg, I have definitely used tongs more because I'm doing some more grilling. I'm doing that kind of stuff. And those to do those kind of need the tongs.
Yeah. I mean, the wood handled ones are nice. They just don't, it's
don't
wood.
last.
I mean, and they get rusty. It gets all weird.
Yeah.
The plastic ones are much better. I like the ones, man, that have like teeth on it on the sides a little bit. I hate the ones that have that hard, that really tough spring where you're like feel like, because by the time you're done,
you
can't even
squeeze
it's
your hands shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we can use this for another this question for another actual gift idea. Is what's your go-to for cleaning your pits? I'll be honest, I have a long-handled paint scraper for cleaning, especially under my grates, things like that work fantastic.
I have I don't have a long-handled one, but I have a basically just not a spatula,
paint scraper, paint scraper, putty knife kind of thing.
Basically, and that's what I use.
You know what's really, really good, and there used to be a guy on Instagram that'd sell them, but they're not hard to make. Get like broomstick handle, and then there's like this thick of like the bristles. God, I'm losing my freaking mind.
He's working
like a brush, like a bristle, like a
Oh yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Yeah.
wire
They
brush.
work great.
That's what I was the word I was looking. Wire brush.
Brush
Wire brush
wire.
on the one side, yeah, and then you got the other. It's like a scraper on the other side. It kind of goes out a little bit,
Yeah.
and a flat top. Man, I love that sucker.
I've been
It's like
using
perfect for the
for
grates
the
and for like
egg
the whole thing.
one of those juniper wooden ones
I have a
for
juniper
the
one
egg,
for my egg.
and,
Works
and
great.
I've really liked that on the egg.
High
It
heat.
does a really nice job. The high heat, especially because that's usually what I'm doing is I'm usually burning off the whole egg,
Right.
cleaning it off with that. Works
Right.
really good.
You know what? For talking ideas, some of the folks I fed in the music industry, I would make them like a side gift of a toolbox, a barbecue toolbox.
You could do that. That's actually kind of a cool idea.
It's really cool, man. You just go and get yourself like a Craftsman toolbox,
And just
whatever, and just load it up with. Make sure it's a sturdy toolbox. This thing's gonna have to handle some. It's gonna have to handle people who've been drinking and hanging out and.
yeah, I got one. I got one with wheels.
Yeah, see that's what, and I got see that's the one I got like a big old plastic one. I mean it's huge, and I have it on because I have all my stuff that I need for me. That's my stuff. Get away from there. I'll have my knife roll in there. I have first aid supplies, which is every freaking barbecue guy should have first aid supplies. And if you don't have aloe vera or something like that, then you have not been burned enough, son, and you're probably plugging in your driller. But on the other side of that tail, it's nice to have like all your rubs or ingredients that you can make your rubs in a toolbox. A couple pairs of tongs, bottle opener, really important.
That's one of the most important ones right there.
Absolutely. So going with that, don't buy them one of those like gift setups of tongs and spatulas. Actually pick the individual ones because if you've ever played with one of those, they look cool. They're in that metal case, and it's got, those
something so much better for so much cheaper. It's like just go and get some good stuff. I have had one of
Blinky,
those
what's up,
given
bud?
to me before, and they're not even worth it. So
Oh, I've gotten I've gotten tools that I literally destroyed on the first cook because it was just so.
And you're like, oh, this is cool. Oh no, that's a piece of shit.
It's made for a gas griller who like grills one time a summer or something like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it is really fun when you go to build your own toolbox because you think of all the things you need: flashlight,
flashlight,
towels.
Wait, magnetic flashlights.
Yes. Not just that.
So,
have a lamp. The lamp I use all the time.
The headlamp.
The headlamp when I'm barbecuing, and I use welder gloves too. I'll use them for I have the
Mikey.
What are they called?
What's up, buddy?
I'm not a big fan of welder gloves.
I am because I use the chimneys, and I also am doing chicken.
I can see that.
For me, it's priceless because I set up indirect on the big ranch kettles, and then I'll put all the chicken up on one side. Hey, how you doing, sis? And I'll turn the whole grill with the tongs all the way around till it gets hot, but I have it fat side down. And you know what that's like. It's just a bonfire at that point.
Yeah.
So I have gloves, the welding gloves that come like to here almost. I got short arms, so it's you should see my
those are just
shorts.
Those are just regular welding gloves.
Yeah, it's pretty much how that works. Yeah, it's small. It happens. Whatever. But
I used to use a lot of welding gloves. I'll be honest, a silly tool that I actually love, and I tell people all the time, is if you get one of the big green egg ash tools, if you get the long one and you have any kind of offset cooker, they just work fantastic. It's got a nice handle, and it's not just a hook. But it's flat because it's actually designed for you to reach into it's designed to reach in through the bottom opening of a big green egg and slide the ash out. So it's flat. It's like L-shaped, but it's actually not.
It's just, is it curved like this, or is it
No,
just
it's
flat?
No,
just
no,
straight.
it's
It's like
just
flat.
it's just like this,
But you
but
can
it
still
works
like go in there.
fantastic.
You can bring the ash out to the. Okay, that's great.
You
But
can also
it
just
works.
like manipulate wood
Move.
in general.
Yeah,
So it's
that's what I love. I can just we'll say like when I want to. So one of the things I do on my cooker is I've actually learned where once I have a good coal bed up against the wall, up against the end, I can
right.
actually layer sticks out to the door, and
Okay,
it'll give me about 45 minutes of burn because it'll burn down through them till it gets about to the door. And I
right.
can come out and I take that stick and I push that last log, which is lit on fire, and I can push it right in, right back
Nice.
to the coal and lay
Man,
them
Relayer.
back out.
you just get more scientific with this every day. Can you actually write that down and send that to me? And I'm gonna go ahead and sell
I'll
that to the
diagram it out for you.
Exactly, that'd be helpful. Can you get some like a pop-up book? That would help me a lot. Like a pop-up book where you're like, oh, the fire's getting me. Oh, that was scary. Stuff like
Loose
that.
lighter versus blowtorch.
So I
What's
have
that?
both.
I have both.
I love my loop lighter. I have the
Love my
one,
blowtorch.
so I have the one. So that's my one catch with it is that I have to plug it in. I would like to get my hands on an X. I haven't yet. I love it. It's just very. I like using my Texas match. It's fun. Don't get me wrong, but like for the egg, I like it because I can light very specific amount of charcoal. And it worked. It does work fantastic on the offset because
I think it really depends on what your end goal is, right? Is
yeah,
your end goal to like with Sean, he's gonna light what do? You do 6 chimneys? 6 or 7 per
Yeah,
ranch
I
kettle?
do. I do 3 per ranch kettle. So if I got all 4 going, yeah, I got 12 going. So I'm,
yeah.
dude. The most priceless trick I've ever learned, I was taught from you, Mikey, was that cotton balls and rubbing alcohol. I mean, I can't
That's
tell
like
you
easy.
how. I mean, I was using the Weber cubes, and man, it gets pricey. So
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
I teach that method to anybody I come in contact
You
to
get
when
those
we're
cotton
doing any
balls
grilling,
and
bro.
rubbing alcohol. I mean,
Set, you're
boom.
done. But when it
They'll
comes
Yeah.
burn.
to my smoker, I'm using the Texas Mash. It's fun. I
Torch.
like it. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes I'll go to if I'm having issues, I'll just get half a chimney of charcoal, throw it in there, and then I already have my wood stacked how I want, to
Yeah.
roll. But you never go wrong having that torch. That torch is
No,
it's really
the
helpful.
torches work fantastic. Like I said, I have the loop lighter. What did I get it a year ago, 2 years ago? I think 2 years ago now. And
Great
it's been
company.
fantastic. It's
Those guys
been
are awesome.
fantastic.
I've had that. They actually got in contact with me a while back, early on, and I was like, I really can't use the. It's not going to be
The,
something I could
yeah,
really properly use because
Yeah.
everything I'm doing is about barbecuing on site
Yeah.
yeah.
and
So
being
that's why I
unplugged.
want to get
You gonna bring a
an
generator?
X because the X
Battery
is
power, right?
battery,
Yeah.
and supposedly it'll do 10 lights on one charge. And
I can
what's
tell
cool
that.
about it, and actually what I like about it is that X you can choose between having fan and heat or just fan,
I think that's a big thing. That's a
which is a
big
big
game
Yeah.
thing
changer.
See, I didn't even realize
because
I had a
very
fan on that
often
sucker. That's pretty rad.
that's why I like it is you can what basically the way you work, you put it right against charcoal, hold it. Once the charcoal starts to spark and fire, you just start pulling it back and letting the air do the work.
Right. I see a
But
lot
with the
of
battery
videos.
one,
You don't have to worry about that because you already got, yeah, you're set. But even I see two. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry, boss. You still going or? All right.
no, you're good.
Two in Smokehouse. I see them do their stories all the time, and they're using like a DeWalt blower, battery pack blower,
A lot,
which I was
lot of
like,
guys
man,
do.
that'd be amazing to use on, the
Buy a
stick burners.
steel one.
Yeah, is that what it is?
No, he's just a steel dealer. Uh
Oh, that makes
That
sense.
too.
Man, we already established I have little arms. I can't lift that much. It's heavy.
He's gonna
It's like
get a Ryobi. It's fine.
It's right. Oh, I was always so cute when I'd see a Ryobi on a job site. I'm like, oh, buddy, you either got your tools stolen or you're brand new.
You know, I think it's one of those things where if it's a tool that you don't use a ton, it
Go
may
to
go
Harbor
okay.
Freight, spend the least amount of money that you can. But I
If
am
it's a-
very
But if it's a tool that you only need like once, specific job, I need this once. If it's going to be a tool you're going to hold in your hand a lot,
buy it once.
buy it once.
day in and day.
Yeah.
I tell people that. I get people that pick on me all the time. My toolbox at the shop, I have a ton of snap-on tools. My tools that I use when I'm working, my
Love this
sockets,
stuff,
my
man.
socket wrenches, my screwdrivers, things like that are all snap-on. When I have a crazy tool that I don't use a lot, I'm okay with it being Mac or Matco or something.
Right.
But if it's going to be in my hand, and a lot of people go, oh, well, it's so expensive, and you can just warranty the other ones, I don't want to in the first place.
Yeah, you don't want to have that issue when
Yeah.
you're working with an engine or whatever you're wrenching on, especially in your line of work. For me, hey man, Craftsman all day long, son, because I'm working on my bike. I'll work on the cars here and there. It's like that.
But
I'm not a grease
we'll
monkey,
go
man.
to
I do
your
not
to your
wrench on
new
stuff, right?
learning process. We'll go to what you're going to for school now. There's a difference, and I'm sure you've learned. There's a difference between buying a 120 volt stick welder from Harbor Freight versus going and buying a real Lincoln.
Yeah, and then there's even when you get to Lincoln or you get
There's
to
levels.
there's gonna be levels of it. It's like, okay, where are you at on that? I mean, and I just picked up a brand new stick and TIG welder because I didn't want to get one machine that's going to do like 5 things. It's like that makes no sense to me. Give me a machine that's going to work great in 2 areas. That makes sense, like stick and TIG, or flux core and MIG.
Green egg. Big green
See?
egg, your kettle, your
yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, okay, what are you going to use it for? That's really important with any tool, especially when it comes to barbecue. How much are you going to use that thing? I got 10.
He's way better at this than us at bringing it back to barbecue. Just so you know,
I like it. I like it.
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'm drinking it.
We tend to end up off.
You know what
We tend to end off way over here.
But I always try to remember why I started this conversation, and when I can't find the beginning, it's like, good night, guys. See you later. Have a good one.
You know what I really like to do is, and what I tell a lot of people is, what's your final goal?
Yeah.
What's your final goal with whatever you're doing? Is your final goal to use this for 2 cookouts and then never use it again? Cool. Go buy the cheapest fucking, grill that you're going to get.
Or if you're even starting out, it's like if you're just starting out and you don't even know how much,
Sure.
Don't go waste and blow a bunch of money on things you don't, think you need.
Yeah.
I mean, our first kid, we went to freaking Kids R Us and we blew way too much stinking money on stuff we did not need to blow money on. Second kid, it's like, no, we're good. We don't need that.
Yeah.
We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need. When you get into something new, you can get the best high-end stuff if you want to.
Sure, but I'm saying, like,
but
it also
what's your
depends
end
on
result?
what you're
What's
doing.
the end result you want in this?
What's your end result? Like,
tippy toe into some stuff instead of like go quit your job and buy a food truck and there's levels to this stuff. That's what I'm saying. Sorry, I cut you off, Mike. You go.
Some of us,
I'm that guy.
Some of us just jump.
Well, that's good if you can handle where you land. You know what I mean? And that's more respect for that too. That's the best barbecue food I've ever had was made from people who did not have a plan B. They didn't have an exit strategy. This was the plan, but they didn't, just straight jump into it at first. They're like you saw Will from 2 and Smokehouse. I mean, he knew what he was doing. He was in the life before, which would be the same
But
thing
I'm saying,
about
like,
the tool.
but if you're in the backyard in the backyard game, you start to run that where it's like, okay, well, what do I want my end result to be?
Yeah.
Am I gonna we talked about thermometers earlier. Am I gonna go buy a Weber fucking $9.99 thermometer?
No, man, go to freaking Rayleigh's or Lucky's or Albertsons or Ralph's and pick up whatever they use for a turkey. You know what I mean? Just go and pick up that thing in the,
Well,
and
I
so
just fucking go get my, Thermapen or a
well, you
Thermopop.
do.
But I'm
I'm
saying,
talking like a
yeah, but no,
nobody.
you can get a thermopop for, like you said, like $16.
$7 more, and the damn thing is 110% more accurate.
What, the Thermapen or the
Thermopop?
Thermopop. It's from
100% more.
ThermoWorks.
okay?
They're
Are they going for
Way
$20?
more. It's way more
barely.
Get it?
accurate than like the Weber one. So like, I've done a ton of work with Weber here. It's so funny because they're always like, you guys gotta hide your thermopens because we sell thermometers.
Remind me, because I want to talk about the Weber marketing thing and just Weber as a company. Anyways,
They've
remind me of that later. Go ahead.
done some weird shit.
I use both wood and charcoal. I use charcoal for the grills and wood for smoking.
Yeah, I use both because I have cookers that are charcoal, and I have stick burners.
Yeah, I got Big Green Egg, I got stick burners, and
yeah, I mean the Big Green Egg and the Weber. I use lump charcoal. I bounce back and forth. Jealous Devil's not bad. B&B's not bad. I've been playing a lot with Fogo, which I've actually been very happy with.
I've heard great things about them.
Fogo has a great product. Jealous Devil has a good product. I like B&B. I think they have a good product.
B&B is the most consistent I've found.
Oh, come on. Kingsford's the most consistent, but it's consistently crap.
Hey, it's still consistent, though.
Yeah,
it's the McDonald's of the charcoal world. Maybe
but I definitely really come to like the Fogo.
Are you using the XL Fogo or are you using the regular?
I get
the premium blend.
I've been buying a little bit of both and playing with it because I think depending on what I'm gonna cook is how I mix it.
Turn it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, let me
you gotta
go back to the
tools.
Go ahead, man. I'm gonna cut you off.
I was gonna say if you've got a Kamado Joe, I mean lump charcoal is gonna be the way to go, and Fogo is gonna burn long. It's gonna burn hot when you need it to burn hot. It's gonna burn clean. It's gonna burn nicely. Yeah, it's gonna burn nice and long for your long, slow smokes and stuff like that. So it's gonna be a good product. Yes, it's.
I don't know who makes theirs. Who makes Kamado Joe's charcoal?
Kamado Joe's is made by. It is an upscale brand of. What's the red bag? I know Kamado Joe's.
Royal. So theirs is the same.
It's a Royal. Yeah.
B&B?
It's an offshoot.
So it's a Royal Oak. So it's
a Royal Oak.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is
I'm not wrong.
What the base bag of Big Green Egg is.
Big Green Egg is the prime of Royal Oak, right? So they shift it and they take all the.
They just basically contract it out, right?
Yeah.
They want.
Yeah.
But they have a higher standard.
Oh, gotcha.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So you get less
to
rock and shit.
Yeah, less binders too. Less of the crap that's holding it together. But hey, would you agree with this? I mean, whatever grill or smoker you're working with, there's going to be a certain set of tools for that. That's going to be a different set of tools. Let's say for a smoker than a charcoal grill. You're gonna, if you go the bad route with you have a gas grill and you have a plug-in griller, you're gonna.
But there are certain tools.
In a sense, work backwards because if hey, I'm going to be doing a lot of tri-tip. I'm going to be doing a lot of chicken. I'm going to be doing a lot of pork chops or something like that, like those, or steaks. Then that you're going to set your arsenal up a little bit differently than somebody who's going to wants to do a lot of briskets, wants to do a lot of pork butts, wants to do, long smokes. You're going to set it, or wings or whatever. You're going to set yourself up in a much different way.
Here's a good
Yeah.
question. I have my answer in mind, but what would you guys feel is the best first all around grill slash barbecue uh, platform to work from? What do you think the best one is? I have a really good idea about what I would like and what I think,
Like,
but I'm curious. What do you guys think
like
is the
if
best?
somebody asked me like, hey, this is my first one, what should I get?
Like if they were, hey, they didn't know anything about grilling or barbecue, and
Barrel,
they wanted to get into it, and they want to, they want to
a
start
barrel.
offset barrel like an Oklahoma
Um,
Joe.
No,
Oh,
a
you mean like
barrel
a barrel,
cooker.
like a barrel cooker? So it's like
A,
a
a,
grill slash.
a Oklahoma Joe makes one, a
they
pit
do. I have one.
barrel, uh,
Killer.
one of those kind of cookers is, especially for somebody getting into barbecue,
Mhm.
super easy to use, very
Yeah.
portable because they're very light. They cook some awesome barbecue.
So the
They just
upright barrel or the
yeah,
or the barrel cut
the
and
no,
oh
the
the
upright
upright.
barrel.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
they
And
are
you can
they
grill on
work.
those too, right?
You can set them up because you can drop the grate down, but
Yeah, you
again,
can
that's
smoke
where
on them.
something like what we already talked about works fantastic because you got to reach down a little.
Gotcha.
Some of the setups, if you buy like the Big Papa Smoker setup, they act and you build your own barrel. They actually put two levels of setup for the charcoal basket,
Okay.
so you can
Yeah.
actually
So kind of like the
raise the basket up, so that way you don't have to reach down as far
oh
if you're gonna
that's
grill.
nice. That's nice.
Um,
How
so
thick how
the
thick is the steel on stuff like that though?
they're not, but
I'm
again, we're
not
talking about somebody
super
getting
thick.
into it, doesn't know if they like
Right.
it. It's not
I
super
Yeah.
got you.
thick, but it's built as
Honestly, I
good,
would
if
say that
not better.
that little Oklahoma Joe barrel though that
Mhm.
they have two sizes, right? They have the 18 and then they have the 22. The 22 is like 500, but I think the 18 is like $200. So for $200, you can kind of get your feet wet.
But it's worth it to spend the five
Yeah,
to get
absolutely.
into it. Um,
Sure.
that's interesting because for me, Weber has taught me so much.
Yeah,
You know, starting off on a Weber, I learned what indirect. Weber actually helped me understand smoking better, actual barbecue. Once I learned how it works, and
I was gonna say a 20 26-inch kettle, right?
yeah,
Or
I
no,
like
it's a 22
that's
and a
the
half.
it's 22 and a half, but the
22 and
26 and a half
a
is like
half.
the perfect. The 26 and a half they
That's a
used to be thicker steel. I hope they still are. I
I
don't
need beer.
know.
I'll be right back. Keep
that's a
talking. And
No,
somebody else, and
that
somebody said a question too.
yeah, he's
yeah.
talking about jerky. Well, wait till you get back.
Okay.
The 26-inch Weber it's a fantastic Weber to start with because
It
you
really is.
can smoke on it and
But it's expensive. The
you're
26 and a
gonna
half is gonna the 22 and a half is the regular one.
yeah, and that one's like three something.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that's a good one to I think
And
that's a great starter.
you're gonna start to learn
The science
a lot.
of it. You
You're gonna
learn
learn the
this
science of the air,
yeah.
and that's a big thing
Airflow.
because
Yeah.
airflow is everything.
It really is. I mean, well and it's not that hard either, but you learn it. I mean, you always leave the bottom wide open,
Well, you have no
and you
choice
can
but to learn it. You either
yeah.
learn it or you burn everything, or
Or
you never
Or you
cook
don't.
it.
I was gonna say, or you don't cook it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you learn really quick that if you put all the charcoal out flat by itself, then you can't cook chicken that way. I mean, you can, but
Yeah.
it
No.
has to be a certain amount. That's just you're using
Yeah.
probably half a chimney full, and it's going to take a long time for you to get that chicken where you want it to be at.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, like I love how Weber has it. So it's like okay, yeah, I can clear out the middle. I can put if I want to put a whole chicken on there, I can just put it right in the on towards one side, and then have like a
Yeah.
half moon like crescent moon shape, and then there's so much control there, and then it does
Yeah.
You can
transfer
do a
over
lot.
to that barbecue
You,
side. I think
yeah.
Oklahoma Joe is the best thing to start out with, but the $500 one because people have won championships on that sucker. You know, it's
Yeah.
like you
Show off.
you
cooks
work on
sometimes.
that, and yeah, he does. He's I mean, I haven't
Tunnel.
heard that name forever. How's he doing? You follow him
I
much?
think he's still alive.
I was hoping.
That's about all I got.
That's about all I got too. Let's talk about Weber. I mean, if it's okay, I want to talk about kind of Weber as their
Let's hit that
marketing.
jerky, and then we'll move into Weber.
Oh, my
just
bad.
so
Yeah.
we get his
Go
answer.
ahead. Get that.
Realistically, I mean, jerky is one of those things where you need moisture, but not too much in it. You got to keep that temp low, and it's I think a
How low is
Weber kettle is
low?
a Weber like 175,
165.
180, 175, 180.
how
Yeah,
long?
you want to keep that shit low.
Let's say.
Couple
Because you're
hours.
trying to dehydrate it.
So that's really
Hours.
interesting. I want to actually try one day doing some, tri-tip.
I think a
jerky.
Smoky Mountain actually would work really, really well.
Good. I got one of those because you have that
I
bowl
think
and you can put the water into. It's going to
you
give
can
you
put
that
ice
kind
in
of that. Oh, like okay.
You could
That's
even
To
take
keep the temperature down.
yeah.
a bowl around that size and freeze an entire thing of ice, put that into it so that the ice is large,
Right.
and then it's radiating that coolness. It's going to give you moisture, but it's going to
Throughout.
radiate the coolness and it's going to help keep the barrel
Wow. That's
colder.
interesting. No, that sounds
Yeah.
like it's perfect.
You
Dude, it'd be awesome to cook some to make some jerky on the mixin H2O.
it would be a lot of fucking jerky if you filled the whole damn thing.
Bro, I mean, can you imagine?
There's a lot
I
of
mean,
jerky.
seriously. I mean, I fill the whole thing up at halfway. Even halfway, you have a ton.
Yeah.
Dude, I really want to try some. I keep getting bugged about
Like,
it from my buddies too to do like a tri-tip jerky.
hey, you know where you can go find a mix-in? And he's got 2 new cookers, so he's probably not going to be using it as much.
It's true.
Who? No, don't say it loud. Let's say it now. DM me later.
You know,
Mm.
he's a good human.
You just told us 2 weeks ago he had a new cooker, a new trailer with 2 500s coming.
Dude, it doesn't matter. He ain't getting rid of that thing. You kidding me? That's just
No,
nothing to borrow.
but I'm sure you could go up and use it.
Oh, but it's 4 hours away from me, homie.
Oh, that's
5. Yeah.
Right. Ooh, yeah, that's right. Your state's large.
Dude, California. Come on now. It's huge. Freaking huge.
I heard LA reinstated their mask mandate.
LA reinstates a lot of dumb stuff. I can't speak for LA. You know what the connection is from the connection from the Bay Area to LA, I figured out a couple weeks ago. There's so much of San Jose that reminds me of LA. I don't know if you guys ever been out that way, but the city it's interesting because it's like it's a tech hub of modern day,
Shit.
everything. And
Yep.
it was funny, man, because it's like I've been to bike events down south, up north, here, other places, and it's like I went to a bike event a couple weeks ago. I was like, oh my God, I would think I would be in LA right now. But it's just I brought that up for a reason. It did have a good reason. And my brain forgot it. Sorry, that's the way it goes.
Okay.
No,
So
good enough. Anyway, sorry about
we'll
that.
move into Weber's.
Okay. Can I get on my soapbox for a second?
Yeah, get on your soapbox.
Pisses me off that Weber is not marketing their product like they're supposed to. It's like the salespeople for Weber are just salespeople. Like it's almost like they don't have any idea how the life is, like the culture, or like make it. Man, it's like make it a bit more of beer and barbecue and bourbon and barbecue and bikers who ride barbecue, eat barbecue.
We were sitting and talking, and it was me. It was the new Weber CEO. There was our head of marketing. It was Kevin Coleman, and I had been drinking. Never helps.
It's cool. You don't have to like tell us when you're telling us a story. We're just
We
gonna
figured
assume.
you were.
You just
Yeah,
figured
we're just gonna assume.
it's
We're
a key
good.
part of this, right?
Right.
And I fucking went off on their marketing guy. I go, you guys dropped the ball.
Lift your beer up, and we're gonna do a cheers right now to that. Understand me?
Cheers, my
Cheers.
friend.
I thoroughly appreciate that you did that. Thank you.
And I go, dude, here's the issue. You guys put out great product.
Yep.
And then forget about it.
But you're like the fucking porn star that doesn't finish. You walk in with a big dick, swing it all around, and then when the girl's like, let's get the cum shot, you're like, yeah, I'll see you later.
No.
And you
It's
leave.
like they walk in and it's big, and they're like, I'm gonna jump in the pool real quick, and they're like, I was in the pool, and they walk away.
Oh, like the problem is that I said to them, I go, they marketed the Weber Summit, right? Charcoal.
Right.
They now changed it to the Weber Kamado. Problem is, they marketed it as a grill of a lifetime. Grill of a lifetime, grill of a lifetime, grill of a lifetime. It's a great cooker. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Not at that price point. Sorry.
It's not bad. It could be a little cheaper, but it's a good cooker.
I wouldn't know. I would love to have one of those things, but I
have one in my backyard.
I love one. I hate you. So you know.
I have one in my backyard. I think it's a fucking fantastic cooker. Here's the problem. They marketed it as the grill of a lifetime, put it out there,
and then forgot about it.
And then stopped talking about it. Acted like it was a fucking redheaded stepchild of them. And they were like, yeah, well, we got new gas grills coming out. Here's the problem.
I'm so angry at that.
The guys that look at it and think it's a kettle go,
it's
well,
too
that's
expensive.
an expensive fucking kettle. The guys that look at a big green egg versus this, they don't know the differences.
They didn't.
So then they walk the fuck away.
They didn't educate their customers. They didn't educate their future customers.
No, they didn't educate their sales staff. Educate their customers.
Yes. That's a big one.
That's legit. But here's the thing: is an identity to begin with. I mean, Weber needs to have an edgier marketplace. It's barbecues, homie. And guess what happens at barbecues? Happiness. I mean, even if you're grilling in the backyard, it's like, hey, this is
Weber's big thing. Like Weber's always like, well, we're pushing family. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with pushing family.
But you have
push family for the gas grill.
But
not only
push family for the gas grill.
There's multiple levels, and if they don't understand at this point that so many other people are buying their product that aren't family type, you know what I mean? It's become a therapy.
How many dudes
like this therapy, man?
How many
people
dudes,
go
like? How many dudes got like? How many Webers do you got? Okay, Kev's got 2.
I got 10.
Steelhouse doesn't have enough fingers to count.
Yeah.
I've got.
You didn't want to take your socks off.
It happens. I can't count that.
I got 5. So between us 3 right here, there's 17 cookers. We're not the only guys that purchase Weber cookers that way.
No.
Correct.
There's a lot of dudes that are sitting, my buddy Mark has the 70th anniversary. Or the 70th, right?
Yeah,
or whatever.
70th.
Just so you know, right now I'm dealing with a lot of jealousy issues.
He got that. It's a beautiful cooker. He doesn't use it.
Oh,
I forgot
so
you're so
cool.
close to Weber, like, the other
You know what I mean? Like, you get you look at Tuffy Stone. Tuffy Stone uses Webers. And people follow what he does. The thing
Slap
is,
Your Daddy?
Hey,
Slap Your Daddy.
That's
Harry Sue.
Great dude too. Harry Sue is
I've never
all
met
about
him,
fucking.
but
I've met him a couple times. He's a great dude.
I heard great things. He's in my area too. But yeah, I've heard great things.
He's in LA.
I thought he was up north.
He's in LA. I thought he was in LA. Could be wrong. But he does all that stuff,
Yeah.
and it's like, man, you're not capturing this part of the audience, and you're not
realness.
selling it to them.
No, they're missing the whole wave. What's what bothers me? They're not connected to their customer base.
It's because I think they looked at it as the gas grill was making them a lot of money.
That's great because you're pushing it so freaking hard. That's awesome.
Yeah.
There's a whole market for that, but what you're leaving out is everybody else.
But here's the difference. Gas grill is a market. The
Right.
charcoal kettles are a culture.
Very much so.
And that's what they don't understand.
That is
One
true.
is a
That's
market, one is a culture.
They don't want a civil war inside of Weber is what the problem is, and there's a way to navigate all of that because you know how it goes. Now they're
Sure.
going to get on the whole pellet griller thing. I'm sure they got one.
Look
They
at
have one now.
The smoke
They
fire.
did. They do the smoke fire.
Right.
They put that out.
Good for them,
And
but they're not
had
capturing.
problems.
I could make a video in a weekend with just the culture of the people I know out here, from bikers to blue
that's-
collar. Go ahead.
But that's kind of the difference too, which is what we and Mike have talked about many a time, is we'll go to Big Green Egg. Big Green Egg knows they have a giant culture, but they don't understand how to adapt it.
And harness.
So things like they just finally came out with a rotisserie. Finally. And part to their detriment, part of the reason why was because it wouldn't work. They couldn't get it to work on their really old cookers. And they didn't want to leave those people out.
Sorry, what you're doing right now is you're going to make them buy another one.
But then they go and do something like if you watched everybody doing it at
Sean, if you bought a
Oktoberfest.
bike, if you bought a bike from the 60s or the 70s, would you assume that you could get every single brand new part? Like if you ride Harleys, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you got a 1970s Harley,
Right.
you wouldn't go into Harley and be like, well, the new
Why
Harley.
don't you have my parts in stock right now?
Or like the new accessories. The new accessories don't fit on this bike.
I wouldn't know.
Like, why doesn't this bike have a? I know it sounds stupid. Like, why doesn't this bike have a radio? I know, like, that's not. But it's,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
why doesn't it have this? Or why doesn't it have?
Right.
Why does it only have a
on it?
hydraulic front brake?
Why is there only a
going on?
rear brake? Why is it? Yeah, dude, there's all kinds of things. That would not happen. And the problem is,
And that's
they're
what they're scared of.
But that
pandering to the wrong set of people.
Yes.
But see, and that's the difference. My father has a 73 Sportster that I rebuilt for him. He's got an Indian, all these different bike companies.
He ain't selling any of that because it's part of his soul.
Here's
You know, well,
and here's the
some people
difference.
feel that way.
We'll say, well, I'll use it towards the motorcycle world. People, if you want a bike that's going to last forever and never give you a problem, let's be honest. You don't buy a Harley.
Buy a
You
Honda.
Buy a
Have fun.
Honda.
Yeah.
You buy an Indian. Harley, my father's got an Indian. I'll tell you right now,
Oh,
it's
the new ones are awesome.
it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. I
Buy
and
a
they're-
Harley
they're
because
beating us on
Harley
the
has
freaking
built
races,
the
too.
the culture. Because Harley has the culture. What's Harley's one of their biggest things? Profit makers. What's a dealership one of their single biggest profit makers at a Harley dealership?
Their apparel.
Oh, it's apparel. Yeah, definitely. Yes, yeah, for certain. Which pisses me off. Okay, here's the deal. You will see Harley tattoos everywhere. Why hasn't Weber gone a little bit into that territory?
Well,
Why haven't
so,
they?
like,
Hey,
you know, I mean,
ask Mikey to pull up his leg. Ask Mikey
I
to
got a
pull up
big
his
ring
leg.
I got a big snake tattoo.
No, but see what I'm saying though? It's rare. It's like it's not like the cool thing. It's not cool. What's a cool thing to do when you're brand new? You don't know anything. Is to
And
have
Mikey
a
will
trailer.
tell you, but Mikey will tell you because they want the family friendly.
Yeah.
Right?
That's great
Right?
too. You have that. But you know what? They will dump your ass on a gas grill quicker than you can say gas grill. They're going to go to some other company that was made in Germany and it's better engineered in their mind.
Well, like,
It's not
the
the
thing
culture
is, like, when we talked about
for gas grills. Sorry, go ahead.
we were there for the Smoke Fire release. Um,
Was that the same time you yelled at him?
no, that was a different time.
And he
I
still got
to hear the end.
to come back.
I want to hear the end of that story though. But go ahead. When you're at fire, what?
Yeah, the end of that story is there's a fucking Weber Kamado in my backyard. That's how that story ended.
Because the CEO heard what you were saying.
Yeah. Like, listen, I go,
Is
you
he
guys
still there?
fucking dropped the ball. I don't think he is actually. I'm like, you dropped the ball on this. I go, why didn't you keep pushing it? Well, we got pushback, and who gives a fuck?
I need
Keep
reasons, not excuses.
pushing it.
Yeah.
Don't give me the, well, we got pushback. Then your marketing team was doing it wrong.
Why didn't they get into the competition scene? Why didn't they do what Traeger did?
No, not even Traeger.
They didn't even want to come close to that.
SCA, Weber was the king. Then everybody realized everybody went to PKs, and now everybody's the M grills,
C4s. Yeah.
the C4s or the M16s. Weber could have had that.
I think the problem is Weber's so big. Weber, and I explained this.
They don't know the front yard from the backyard. They don't know.
But
left
Weber,
from the
when
right
Weber
hand.
needs to turn, it's like turning a fucking freight ship.
Yeah, it's
that needs to turn like this. When a lot of other companies turn, they're like turning a speedboat, and those motherfuckers just turn and go.
Here's my deal. It's the boots on the ground is what you're going to figure out on how you're going to steer your ship.
How often do you pay attention to Weber's social media?
Do you? Never. I mean, the closest I get to paying attention is to is it Coleman?
Yeah,
that's the closest, and it connects up in Canada. It's Dick's BBQ or something like that. Dick's, I can't remember.
Yeah,
in Canada, you know those guys?
Yeah. So Dixon's. So
yeah,
when that's the other thing that I also yelled at them for. Like, they'll release different colors in different countries, right? And I'm like, dude, you got all these guys that are fucking fuming, like literally, like foaming at the mouth, to get these colors because they
you're just letting them get pissed off. Sorry, I gotta plug it in.
Like Dixon, when they put out the charcoal gray one,
right?
Matte charcoal gray one, I was like, oh,
bro,
fuck,
can I
yeah,
get a piece?
I want that.
Yeah.
So I contacted Dixon's in Canada.
Can't get it from us.
Because he can't get it here. No. He was like, I'll ship it to you.
Did you get it?
And then I get an email back.
I can't ship it to you.
I can't ship it to you because Weber will pull my dealer. Like, they'll pull me as a dealer if I get caught shipping these things.
It really bothers me, man. That bothers me. They don't understand.
And it's like, dude. And I went, and they're like, well, that's to show the difference between U.S. Weber. And I'm like, no. Do you understand? Like, okay, I like shoes.
I was willing to pay for it.
But here's the thing. I like shoes, right?
Right.
What happens with that secondary market?
Oh, it's through the roof.
It goes through the fucking roof. And now I understand, Weber, you're not going to make that money that these guys are going to start making into the secondary markets. But the brand name is going to go bigger and bigger and bigger. And every time you do a release, guess what? They're gone.
Hey, look, I'll throw this out there. Just real simple. Really simple. They can do this in 2023. Customize your Weber. Let's say you want different colored handles.
Yeah.
Let's say you want you want to pick out your color of your. Just doing that alone, I swear to God.
I want a black top with a blue bottom.
Yeah.
I want a wooden handle on top, not the composite handle.
Sure.
if you could customize your own Weber and you had to pay extra $300, let's call it $250.
Yeah, I'd do it. Wouldn't
Everybody
even
in the culture would.
twice.
No,
Oh, I
because
Hey,
that's your
we
Weber now.
we've talked about it with Big Green Egg and coming out with colors. Every other year, they should have a different color and make a limited amount, and they would be gone. Look
Well, I
at
mean,
the
like,
people
there's
that
the
go
blue
after the
chimney.
blue ones.
The blue
Yeah,
And it's
that
so
blue
easy.
ones or the chimney.
It's such an easy. I mean, come on. I mean, tell me I'm wrong. If Weber or Green Egg did that sort of situation, the sales would jump up at least 10%.
If not more.
I'm thinking 25, but what the hell do I know? I'm not.
Yeah.
Hey,
freaking suit.
let's go to.
So-
We can go to cars. Originally, Henry Ford. Yeah, you can get any color you want as long as it's black. Well, guess what? Now,
Chevy.
yeah, you want that color? It's this amount.
Right.
You want that color? Oh wait, that's a metallic flake. That's an extra grand.
I feel like they're.
And guess what? If you like that color, here you go.
And
Oh,
people will pay it.
Yeah.
I mean, but as long as here's the problem: you don't want to lose your blue collar base.
I'm
That's
not
where you
saying
started out.
to
But-
charge crazy, but I'm saying like
They would pay more money for something
you
that's
could
not going to cost you a lot.
customize it though. That's the difference. You're customizing something, and then yes, it's going to be a little bit more. You have to figure out like your workflow then,
Right.
in a sense, but you're gonna know
You
your
can have a
basics.
whole other department for that.
But I'm saying you're going to know your basics, right?
Right.
You're always going to have maybe only offer 4 or 5 colors.
Well,
4 colors. Let's just go 4.
What
to
you
be
have
easy.
you have to put a different color paint in a different robot.
No, what I'm saying, like you got 4 colors. You don't have to hold. Oh yeah,
nice.
it's one of those things. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to hold a shit ton of colors
No.
to be
And how much more money would they make
customizable.
if they were
Okay. Okay.
open-minded like that? But
So
is it you?
Michael, understand this. Gibson Custom Shop.
Sure.
You can buy a regular Gibson guitar.
And how much does it
You
cost
can
for the one
even
you
buy
want?
the cheap one. You can also, hey,
You can also
I like a
customize.
Les Paul. I don't want to spend any money. I'm going to buy the Epiphone version. You can
Right.
buy the Gibson version, or you can buy a custom shop version.
Sure.
And guess what? A custom shop version goes for a whole heck of a lot more
But I'm
than
saying
an
like
Epiphone version.
what I'm saying.
Here's a perfect example. Here's a great example. I went and got my own Vans custom made from their website.
Sure. That's what I was about to say.
I had Steel House on the back of it. You can go get Nike ID and do the same thing.
Yep.
Why can't I mean?
How much does it cost though?
It's not even that much more money. It actually worked
not.
out
That's
to
what
be. That's what I'm saying.
trying
Yeah.
to show. It's
Because-
not that much more money, but it makes a bigger difference to the person. And
The people that are buying it, yeah.
and I know you're saying like you got to keep the blue collar guy involved with it. I'm not saying not to
That's
have
fine.
that guy in there. I'm saying maybe that guy, he wants to make one custom Weber, and instead of it being $300, he gets to pick what the customizing is.
Right.
And there's drop bars, right? So if you want two-tone, right? You want two different. Okay, that's going to be $25 difference.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's only going
Great.
to cost you what? $2? Let's call it $2. Let's call it $5.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like you start like, okay, he wants that. Now instead of him wanting like the handle, he wants the wooden handle versus the plastic handles. Okay,
Right.
well the plastic handles are $6. The wooden handles are $10. I'm just throwing numbers out. You know what I mean? And he's building what he wants. Right?
Let's say he wants to get stupid fancy. I want walnut instead of oak.
But
that's the thing. It's like you can go if you have those options. Tell
You're
me if
just
you can
building
have
it.
those options, your own build of your own backyard Weber.
Tony Tone, what up, brother?
Grill. Tony Tone.
Yeah.
What's going on?
But you know what I mean? Like, that's where it starts to hit, where it's
Yeah.
like, okay, I can build this.
Right.
So maybe the custom one that I build is, it starts at what? Let's just make it easy. It starts at what? $250, right? And the custom one I built ended up being $325. But the custom one you built may end up being $300.
Maybe the one I want is going to have the, gold plated legs.
But you don't know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
or
it's now I'm paying
$400.
$350 to $400 for my. But that's what I'm saying. It's like you're looking at free money in the face and saying, I just don't get it. But you're the best person to ask this, being met with them folks. What's the culture like there? I mean, does it seem like it's
corporate?
Man, they're corporate. Heavy corporate.
You know what? So is a lot of places. So is Pepsi and Coca-Cola, but they got a marketing team that knows how to handle their business. So why doesn't Weber? Why is
You think Harley isn't?
Here's the problem.
Well, all right. I'll give you a really good example.
Weber keeps.
So you brought up Harley. You brought up Harley, and Harley's a good point because their CEO was messing things up. Now they got the CEO from Puma that turned Puma around to make it a better name brand. Now they're over at Harley. Now they release. I think they're trying to release bikes in the summertime instead of the wintertime. Oh my God, isn't that a no-brainer? Why don't you have a release party for Weber? You know what I mean? And, oh my God, celebrate your release party in spring.
They do. They just only bring like certain people in.
Yeah, well, they do it real quietly. If you did it at every Ace Hardware, like, hey, we're celebrating spring, and now I don't know.
Well,
I mean, there's a lot of things I don't know what's going on, obviously, but
we tried doing a bunch of stuff. Like they did. There's a grocery store around here that's called Jewel Osco, and it was a Jewel Osco Weber event, and like I did like 3 or 4 of them, and we were outside in front of Jewel Osco cooking and talking about Webers and all that stuff, trying to get people into it.
Right.
The problem is, like, you're getting a lot of people because they just want free food. You're giving away free food. They don't give a fuck what you're saying to them.
Right.
They may ask you a question or two, but they're just there for free food. Now, the other issue that I feel like they had, their social media team,
right, non-existent.
It's not barbecue guys.
What?
It's social media kids. It's social media kids.
Why do you want people that don't know your product to push your product, man?
Because they don't look at it. They look at it as, this kid knows social media. He'll be able to push any product.
Okay, that's great. Make it a competition. Weber, we're putting out a contest. You want to be a brand ambassador for Weber? You want to push our product? Show us what you can do.
Pull in barbecue guys. Find 2 barbecue guys that would say that you're going to say, okay, guess what? You are now head of social media for Weber. You cook every day. Here's your budgets.
Yes.
You come into the office and you cook every day and you feed the office people. Because then you're not making that food go to waste.
No.
Right? You have places to shove this food.
Let's go ahead and shine it up. You're feeding the homeless now.
Sure, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
But I'm saying, as marketing standpoint, there's all kinds of stupid stuff you can do with this. It's going to be making the name better.
Yeah, but the legality of feeding the homeless is very difficult.
Oh, you're right.
Because then you're the health department involved.
Yeah, I guess it's stupid. But yeah.
Sounds
but if you're doing it for like a backyard, cook, or that's what you want to get to, then feeding the office. Yeah, we're feeding our department. We can do this on a 22.5-inch Weber.
But you take pictures of it all on there. You do.
Right.
You show like regular pictures. Now I know another pint, please, Mike. He does a lot of stuff for them, but I mean, they want a lot of polished photos.
Yeah.
They want it to be super polished. And unfortunately, we're starting to live in a realm where polished is unpolished now.
I don't understand that, man. Show the scrapes on their Weber. Show the scratches. Show the age. I mean, what I'm saying is celebrate the reality of your customer base, of the culture that has been made.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. They're missing the boat on the fact that they have a culture and they have no idea about. I mean, you know how passionate I am about Webers. Do I feel it? Do I feel the love back? No, man. I'm just like their product and the history.
There's a lot of dudes that are like that.
I know. You give those dudes a little bit of some love and not even that. Just be like, hey, just put something out there that's for the Weber culture. Bye, Amber.
Went up super quick, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if you pulled and started showing people
what life is like, tailgates.
Show the tailgaters. Show the backyarders.
Bringing that to the fucking beach. Bringing it to
look what I have on my freaking desk. You know what I mean? This is like,
bringing
it's
it
like
to the. You know what I mean?
Sell that,
like bringing it to the forest preserve, the park. A lot of guys are bringing these things around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they do. Like, shit, you go on a Saturday to a forest preserve, I guarantee you'll find one or two Weber kettles.
Dude, that whole thing in Oakland at Lake Merritt where they had a charcoal grill and that Karen called the police because they had a charcoal grill and not a gas one or something like that. Or they were using it like a charcoal grill. You saw that?
I never saw that one.
You didn't see that?
I didn't see that one.
It was huge.
So and that's the kind of thing Weber should have been like,
jumping
hey,
off, right? But hey, we got you guys. Here's free Webers from our reps out in the area. And they could have capitalized on that. Because
look at the stupid TikTok of the guy riding on a skateboard drinking the orange juice.
Oh my God, right?
And like Tropicana was like,
dude,
oh
yeah, you're our man now.
Yeah.
How rad was that? But they could have done the same thing in Oakland because there was the community responded because the person who called only lived in the area for like 2 years, or something less than that. It was like, somebody's working at a tech company. The whole community brought charcoal grills out and started grilling out at, Lake Merritt as they're supposed to.
Grilled at her house.
So.
Just lined it around the house.
Just saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the fact that they're very corporate. It's very.
Well, you got a grill out of the whole situation, apparently. So anything follow up with that conversation, or is it just like, hey, shut the hell up? Here's a grill.
There wasn't really much of a follow up. I mean, we've done some other stuff with them, but it's never been like, it was never like, hey, let's create like real shit.
Let's create content.
Like, let's create real content. Not like, my thing is like I said, the polished is becoming unpolished.
That's the thing, right? I mean, I could make a video going to Costco and filling up my saddlebags full of meat and spices and beer.
Dude, that'd be so cool to see, like, that you're putting it on the bike.
Right, and I'm taking it out to, let's say one of the boys, we got the whole thing broken down and strapped to our, bike or C-bars. Like, just that whole thing. And going somewhere in the middle of nowhere that's, can just go ahead and start grilling.
Dude, that's a TikTok. That's a reel. That's a TikTok right there.
And it's easy to do. It doesn't cost a lot of money. Do it on an Apple phone. It's that simple. Videos like that would bring it together. And
but the problem
why don't they have more of like an edgy presence on social media?
They just don't, because they're a giant fucking corporation.
Yeah, so is Mountain Dew. So is Pepsi. So is Coca-Cola. But I don't know. Sorry.
Hey, they want to give the world a Coke.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, with a polar bear. I mean, come on.
Hey, Santa's Santa that we know because of Coca-Cola.
Bro, pisses me off. Like,
The
sometimes
power
you
of
just
marketing.
let your
It
marketer
is.
fly. What?
Santa.
Santa, what we know as Santa
Right.
is because of Coca-Cola. No, you're laughing. I'm 100% serious. What you know is the look of Santa is
Uh-huh.
because of Coca-Cola's marketing.
Well, I mean, I don't, but I know a lot about Christmas, so I
But
know a lot
but
of
the
research.
general population, what
Knows
people
Santa.
think of Santa, it was developed because of Coca-Cola.
When did they come out with that first commercial about that?
Long
Like
time ago.
like in the 20s.
If you want to celebrate Christmas, then you better do it with a Coke.
Yep.
From like the
A little
hey,
bit of cocaine.
Coca-Cola, their trademark on the bottle, you can give anybody on the world, pretty much almost anybody in the world, a Coca-Cola bottle blindfolded, a glass bottle, and they can tell you it's a Coca-Cola bottle.
It's true.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
What bothers me the most is the wasted potential that Weber has.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
They're
100%.
missing out on so much. And I really,
Okay, so
I
there's a
celebrate their
dude that
product.
was.
I love it.
We do. There's an event that we do in the spring. At one of our retailers. Right. It's their big home and garden show.
Right.
So they have Weber guy. They have a Weber guy come out, and this guy comes out.
How
I'm
is
cooking.
he? I'm kind of curious with how. Yeah, there it is. All right.
I'm cooking for Weber. I'm gonna make these cool things on the grill. I'm not skinny. He made me look thin. Here's the other thing.
Oh, polished like that.
No fucking, like, he's using like shit seasonings. And I understand, like, when you're with Weber, you're supposed to use Weber seasonings. Because you gotta go down the whole line, right? I understand it. I get it.
But they have ones that are better than others.
Sure, this motherfucker puts an entire pork loin on a gas grill.
I knew that was coming. I knew it.
Correct. And then proceeds. Now, don't forget, this is a demo grill. They're selling this at the end of the day. It's already sold, technically. Proceeds to open a bottle of barbecue sauce.
Right at the beginning and put barbecue sauce on the raw pork.
In the middle. He got char already going. But it's charred on the outside, but it's fucking raw. I guarantee you it's raw on the inside.
Gnome, what's up, buddy?
What's
going on, Trumpo?
He fucking pours just an entire bottle of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce into this cooker.
At least it was Sweet Baby Ray's.
And then but then he closes it, and all you see is just fucking pillowing smoke coming out of the back of this fucking thing. Why? Because the sugar is burning.
I have so much anger pent up right now. It's ridiculous.
Bars. He's like, the flavor bars will take it. Don't worry. I'm like, no. I'm like, have you cooked on it? He's like, I fucking cook for Weber all the time. You don't know what you're talking about. I go, I fucking cook.
Dude, I would kick him in the nuts from behind. Just when he starts to do this, it'd be like, oh.
And I'm looking at this grill. Dude, this grill, he ended up leaving before we were done.
Of course he did. Imagine that.
And I opened that Weber grill.
Yeah.
Oh, it was probably gross.
That thing was fucking
Imagine how gross it
wrecked.
was.
It was wrecked.
Oh, it's gonna be just
Wrecked.
But the only thing you can do is basically throw out the grates, throw out the flavorizer bars, and then fucking light the thing up and just hope it burns off. The rest of it burns the fuck off.
Doesn't matter. It's a
Like-
gas grill.
He destroyed that gas Weber grill.
Is he still working for him?
I'm sure he
Probably.
because there's no nobody the Weber rep that came out was just there to talk to people about Weber gas grill.
Right.
And then I asked him about a couple other things. Like, oh, I don't know too much about the charcoal stuff. Why the fuck do you work for Weber? Problem is,
Well, especially because
here's the big
that's
problem.
the history.
No, but here's the problem. They got they make money, right? What do salespeople try to do? Sell the most expensive fucking item that they have, which happens to be their gas grills. They ain't making shit peddling fucking kettles. They ain't making shit.
You ever talk with Kevin about all this?
Oh, yeah.
And Kevin is on what side of the fence on this one?
Switzerland.
Yeah, of course he is.
Unless he's drunk.
Because he knows where his bread is buttered at. Yeah, of course.
You know?
Yeah, and it really comes out. You know what, man?
Really
It's all right. I feel like you just tore off a Band-Aid. You know what I mean? And I'm glad.
You know, the problem is, you got guys that are coming out to do Weber cooks, and they're independently hired. So, yes, they work for Weber, and they're representing Weber, but no one's coming to check how good they are. You know what I mean?
But that's, we'll say,
he was doing
you worked at enough
pineapple. That's nothing but fucking sugar.
I mean, I don't understand. What's the problem? You sell different products, right? We have different toolboxes. You have different craftsmen or no craftsmen in certain areas, and you're like, hey, here you go. This is for you. We're marketing to you for this product. Now we're marketing to you, the charcoal people, the culture.
They make
we recognize
so
you.
much money. Those sales guys make so much money off pushing the $2,000.
That's awesome. Push the summit.
Whatever.
You can,
they don't know how
push
to.
it. Educate people on the summit.
They don't know how.
Dude, how
many? They're not educated.
All right. I don't want to end this sadly.
You know what I'm saying?
I need
the thing is
4 Xanax right now.
You know what I mean?
Just to deal with
the thing is, it's not dudes.
Just to
it's
calm
not
down.
dudes that are cooking.
Yeah.
It's not a dude like you who's like, listen, I fucking cook, and this is why I love this cooker. Like when they ask me, they're like, well, why do you love the fucking Charcoal Summit? I like the Charcoal Summit for a couple of different reasons. A, I can get that temp up super fucking fast, and if I need to cut it down and go low, I can cut it down, and because it's not ceramic, it
doesn't have the radiant. It drops faster.
It releases the heat faster. I have more control over this. That's what bothers me. Dude, I live next to Party Central, where I'm close to the Delta out here. And it's just party all summer long with like wakeboarders and, water skiers and just bitches who love to drink a lot and show stuff. So, yeah. It's interesting. It's like, bro, I don't get it. Why don't you at least market towards that? There's a lot. It's
family friendly.
It's portable. No, yeah. So neither is Red Bull. But guess what? They're making it.
You want a master class in marketing?
No.
Go watch some of the videos on all the stuff that Dietrich Mateschitz and Red Bull and what he did.
Yeah,
that is a master class in how to market your product.
Because you know your customers, you know where the client base is at.
You know what their first people were to market it?
Of course,
they went to college students.
Yes,
college students.
Because they want to see
cocaine. Don't mix this. Will do it. Don't mix this with alcohol.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. You know what? I will do that. You can't tell me what to do. Oh, this is great. I'm drunk and awake.
if you actually look like do the research, like watch the stuff about it, in a bunch of countries in Europe, they weren't allowed to sell Red Bull in the
because of
country.
the cultural. Oh, really?
Yes,
Why?
because of the
chemical or whatever.
caffeine and different things.
Yeah.
So guess what? What happens every time you ban something like that?
It gets
Oh God,
pretty popular.
everyone and their brother wants it.
Kids are doing lines of Red Bull. You have no idea.
Yeah, basically. No, but but that's the hard thing.
Mikey,
Weber is
Mikey,
such a
do
great.
me a favor. If you
Yeah.
ever get into any sort of conversation with somebody up high, can you let them know that I live in California? I'd love to market their product properly, how it's supposed to be done,
Well,
and
like
just let me
I've
fly.
sat and talked to their like. The thing is, I had a 45-minute conversation with one of their head of marketing guys, one of their Instagram and all that stuff, and I was like,
Is
"Well, are you
he
guys doing
vegan?
this?"
Was he vegan?
No,
Are you sure?
but
He's vegetarian,
definitely
maybe?
not a barbecue guy.
Did he drink Zima on a regular?
Probably.
'Cause I think he does, based off his marketing skills.
But the thing is, like, he was like 24. You know what I mean? Like 24. This is one of his first jobs.
But this is the same
He's
world.
head of marketing.
He was up. He wasn't head. He wasn't head of
He's
marketing.
high
But
up in marketing.
he was one of their social media.
Okay, let's go the other right. Let's just say you're
creators.
filming a sunset and a house is being framed up. And the guys are done and they're taking off their work bags. They're coming down, and then somebody's grilling some steaks on a charcoal Weber, platinum.
You're giving this free. You gotta stop talking about all this stuff.
No, are you
like,
kidding me? I don't give a dude. Hire me. Give me some beer, some bourbon, some barbecue. Let's go talk about
But this goes back to the corporate America. I'll go use NASCAR.
Yeah.
NASCAR has become. That's what happened was, all these people are watching it, and they've lost so much of their base because guess what NASCAR was about?
Moonshine?
And going fast.
Yep.
And turning left.
NASCAR started off with moonshiners that when they weren't running moonshine, they were going, my fucking car is faster than your fucking car.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's what started. Yeah,
that's what started it. The Alabama gang, all these guys.
Yeah,
but that's part of the problem that's happened is they lost sight of
what's real. What's what?
Their
base.
Of their base.
Yeah, my charcoal grill is way better than your square one. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, celebrate. Yeah, our inventor, our founder was a rocket scientist.
Yeah.
I mean, celebrate that. Yeah, guess what? We made this shape for a reason. Because we got smarter people than everybody else.
I think the problem was when Weber got sold, it's no longer a family business.
Oh, yeah, of course. When
they got sold. They got sold in, I want to say like 05 or 06.
You know what sucks is like there's so many people that want to.
Or social.
Yeah.
How do you want to be behind a brand and they don't want to recognize you? That's wild to me. It's like they could be making money on social media like nobody's business. They could be.
I don't see why Weber
a lot
doesn't
of these companies
why doesn't Weber have a team like Big Green Egg has a team, and I understand Weber has a cook team in a sense where there's a bunch of guys that go in there and cook a bunch of shit.
But there's no social media presence for them.
No, it's very little.
And it definitely isn't edgy.
Keep talking at these facilities.
Yeah, we're talking about Traeger. Let's talk about the guy that they have as their rep. Now, I'm not a big fan of him. But I haven't. He's not bad, people. You know what I mean? But he's doing the job.
Yeah.
He's connecting to the base. because he's part of the base and he has his finger on the pulse. Good for him, man. He knows what's going on.
That's what he's shooting for, though, right?
So why doesn't Weber have people? I just don't
That's
get
what I'm saying.
it, bro.
Why, I don't understand why they don't look at Big Green Egg. I mean, they got the Big Green Egg team.
Why don't they have like 50 people on the West Coast, 50 people on the East Coast, and 150 people in between? Why aren't they're it pisses me off, man, because it's a great
like
product.
to give away free shit. It's very difficult for them to give
That's
away
great.
free shit.
I understand that they're like Apple. They don't budge on their prices, and they shouldn't. I get that. That's awesome. But
there's a lot of guys that are buying this shit. So, I mean, like, there's a lot of dudes. You can walk into their backyard, and they may have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 15, 20 Webers.
Dudes, but it sounded like you said a lot of Jews. And you gotta be easy because Kanye's around.
Dudes. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of guys, a lot of girls, whatever. I don't care.
Everybody. I mean, recognize what's going on.
I mean, like, you
got free advertisement.
You made a pink Weber for your daughter. The fact that they didn't reach out to you.
Oh, dude, forget about it.
That post.
It's a missed opportunity. How many missed opportunities are they making?
That's family right there.
It really is. And I got a picture of her doing her first.
I know. I love that picture.
Bro, I'm gonna put that on a T-shirt.
I love
and it's gonna be
that picture.
She's
wearing gloves that are fucking too big for her.
Way too big, and she's just like
but she just looks genuinely happy.
And she was.
Why, and that's great.
Why aren't you reaching out to the young next generation and get them started on charcoal? I don't get it. Like, I really had to go and find the paint that can take the heat, and it can. I gotta scrub it down and do it again, and to get one just for my daughter. And she was pumped. I got the video from when she was at the baby shower for her little brother, and I gave her the gift. It's like, no. She was super stoked. I mean, you don't think that other fathers who grow have daughters that want to do the same thing?
Yep.
Celebrate them on Women's Day. You know what I mean? What kind of marketing opportunities are you missing? Why don't you at beer festivals? How many grills would you sell at beer festivals? What goes better with beer than barbecue? I mean,
But here's the other thing. You said giving away free stuff. Guess what? A lot of these people give free. You give them some shirts. You give them some stickers. You put their face online. What does it cost to send me your picture of you using it? What does that cost you to post it?
Hey, I'll give you this shirt for free if you take a picture while you're grilling a Weber. You're grilling with a Weber, and then you take a picture of it, and now that one shirt that cost you what, $6 to make?
Yep.
Is now contributing to your base.
It probably doesn't even cost you $6, to be honest.
Freaking right now,
if you buy enough.
Instagram right now, I have the opportunity to make $1,500 if I post enough reels. But they're gonna pay me again.
Kev's gonna start shaking his ass online.
Can you go ahead and send me some information on how I can do the same thing? I'll sell my ass for that one.
You probably, honestly, if you look, there's a good chance you got sent the thing if you're using
Reels.
The creator stuff. If you're using you're using Reels,
right?
And if you're set up as a creator, not as a business, but as like a creator.
I'm set up as a business.
Yeah.
And they sent me a thing.
I want you to educate me on that one. Seriously, I could use the whole thing. I'm a caveman. I literally light
But
fires.
here's the thing: I've done 3 videos. I've made $20, but still, they're still
But you're
going.
using the product, or you're using the
I'll be honest, that was part of why I did the video that you saw last week that I posted of me and Mike talking, that clip.
Right. Good.
That's part of why I did that, was I took this that we do and said, all right, I'm going to use some of it.
I mean, it's part of all of our resumes. It's a public speaking forum that we use to...
Yeah, why not?
Yep.
I mean, if you can't make money while you're drinking, why can't you make money? You know what I mean, sir? I mean, that's why I got into barbecue in the beginning, man. I mean, come on. I just wanted to drink while I just do stuff with my right hand.
Hey, I can't wait. I'm cooking prime rib on Wednesday for my firehouse.
Oh, nice.
Cooking a whole...
And it feels so good, right? You get to do that.
And this is a nice chill cook. I'm doing prime rib, baked potatoes, and probably like bacon wrapped asparagus, some jalapeno poppers, some chicken wings. Done.
Sounds horrible. When can I show up? When you're gonna send a jet? Send a jet over. Send it to Byron, all right, and then I'll fly back on the G5. All right, I got you. I'll bring some spice of my own. Apparently, you don't need them, but I'll bring some West Coast IPAs.
See, there you go.
I'll try yours. No offense to Mike, I'll try what you're doing.
Bro, I love, dude. If anything, just bring me tri-tips because they're fucking hard as hell to get out here.
That's the hard part.
I'll go to Costco and buy all the freezer, like not the freezer, the shrink wrapped. Dude,
see, the weird thing is we can't get those. Like, we can't get those at Costco here. Like, I will go to Costco and I'll ask them, like, can you order them? Can you order cases? No. Costco doesn't carry them. Anywhere.
I'm sorry your state ain't cool enough, man. I don't know what to tell you.
We got them, like, during the pandemic. I was able to get them, and I was like, this is fucking great. And I was like, so clearly somebody carries them.
Because they stole them from us, and we want those back, okay? Thank you.
Hey, I finally got picanha because I could get it at Restaurant Depot.
Bro, I don't even know where to get picanha. I want to try that stuff out, seriously. I really want to try the Argentinian style of slow cooking barbecue.
Like,
just like have those things like
send you the stuff for Al yet, or did I forget to?
Me?
For Al Fragoni, yeah. Did I send you his info?
I don't think so.
Or did I forget to? I probably forgot.
Send it to me.
I'll try to remember.
Yeah.
Because that guy is like the king of that shit right now.
I would love to have an intro to that dude. Seriously, I would love to.
No, he's
trying to get there.
Mel was down there this weekend.
I know. I'm trying to figure out how.
Guys,
yeah, this is true. Yeah.
I gotta go. I'm getting there. Yep, gotta go. I got kids and stuff. What? We don't have kids, of course.
I got kids.
I got sober kids. I know you get your all drunk and stuff. So we're just later than you are.
Gums.
We're just later than you are, so you're still like in the middle of the day.
Funnel in it. Just be like, yeah, get it done. Son.
Yeah, that's the only difference is you're just later than we or earlier than we are.
Yeah, they never pass out. Can you hear me? Did it die? Can you hear me?
No.
We can still hear you.
All right,
I can hear you.
All right, clicked out. All right, guys, I am out. I appreciate you like penicillin for an STD addict. But at this point, I want to say goodnight.
Good night, my friend. We'll see you
And I really hope Mikey can spread some word to Weber and say, I got a guy on the West Coast who would rep you real well.
They're just so
get your shit together.
They need to.
It bothers me. It hurts my soul.
Oh, I know.
So got me into barbecue. That's you know how passionate I am about barbecue and the tools that I use, the people that whatever. I gotta go. Gotta go.
Night, bud.
Sweet dreams, y'all. Sweet dreams. Barbecue and free double barrel 500 gallon smokers for all y'all. Peace out.
Merry Christmas on that one.
Yeah, they're fun. Oh, but yeah, we went off on a Weber tangent, but honestly, like,
but it was a good one. It was a well worth conversation.
It's true, in that it's true in all the things is like they're just not in touch with
their true base.
yeah. They're not in touch with the dudes that are like
Out
I have 50
using it.
women.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Okay, so we'll say, and that's the difference. You sold one gas grill to this guy over here, and it's the only grill he's going to have for 10 years.
sure.
This asshole over here's got 15 of them, and he's probably going to get rid of them because you're going to come out with a different variant and buy 2 more.
Or he's going to constantly be
They were
buying
smart
grades.
enough to come out with this, but they were smart enough to come out with a fucking 70th anniversary. I give them a little bit of credit for that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good idea. But still, it's just like those guys are going to be buying grades. They're buying
Grates. They're buying handles. Yeah. There's so much stuff. And we'll say we'll use accessories. We can try to go back to our original topic of gifts, and I guess we'll jump from stocking stuffers to real gifts. And we had started talking about, I'll call it accessories, thermometers.
Yeah.
And that's a huge world between getting things like thermopens and getting a good thermometer. But there's a lot of cool.
You can do the dot if you want to go for a little bit. Is the dot?
There's the
just
dot.
The one.
Just the one is the dot.
And then there's you have the 4.
Smoke.
The smoke, and then
I have the smoke and the signal.
Okay,
and they actually
they
came out with a new version of the smoke that does have 4 also.
Okay.
So the big difference between the smoke and the signal is the smoke is
the pillow or the billow or whatever it is, right?
No, the signal does. The smoke doesn't have the Wi-Fi, doesn't have the Bluetooth, doesn't have any of that stuff. You can buy a gateway that plugs into it to give it that stuff, but then just buy the signal and get the ability to do the billows.
It's a lot easier.
Get the 4-prong. Actually, what I just bought myself a present. They have these nice holders for the wires that you can push the thing in. So now I have to, for those of you who have seen my Pelican gun case that I have it in, I'm going to redo that because I bought to put those into it.
Yeah.
Which I actually found out and I didn't realize those are magnetic. So if you don't need all the wire, you can just pop out the end you need and unwind the other wire and magnet it, the center, so you don't have wire just everywhere.
That's kind of cool.
Which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But there's that. There's Flame Boss. There's Guru. There's Inkbird. There's a number of them out there. Any of those systems, they're handy to have.
Inkbird's going to be on your low end.
Yes. Thermo Pro will be on your lower end.
Yeah. Thermo Works, which a lot of people will mess this up because the damn name is so close. Thermo Works is going to be your
actual true thermopens.
Yeah, you're going to be your hardest.
Your signals, your smoke.
Yeah. Yeah.
And those things, like I said, I have a 2-channel smoke and the signal. We have 2 thermopens in my house. There's one. I have my one, which I have the silicone glow in the dark but magnet case for it.
Yeah, which is nice. The magnet case,
which is nice, especially with the Lang, because I can just click and forget about it. Yeah. We'll say. But I have one just regular one for my kitchen. Like we don't have I'll call it a cheap dial one or no.
No, we just have one
Once
of
you
those.
once you get used to using one, and now you can buy an original ThermoWorks for like $70. You don't need
Yeah,
to buy
the one,
a one.
which
Like
is
you
only
can buy
100,
an
so it's not that much
original,
of a difference.
yeah. But you can. But if you're getting a gift for somebody,
Sure, you can buy an original for sure.
and of all the things personally that you can get somebody to help their cooking,
That's probably one of the biggest.
that is one of the single biggest things you can get somebody to help their overall cooking, because knowing your proper internal temps and what is going on
Yeah,
can absolutely change. If you ever complain about that's dry, it's overcooked, it's
yeah,
this, it's that, why is it burned?
yeah.
Most people don't have the years and the time to be able to look at things and go, okay, nope, I've been on enough time
Yeah,
and we should be good,
especially when it
or
comes to
what's
chicken
going.
and stuff like that.
Chicken you don't fuck with. Like of all the stuff, poultry, you don't fuck with it.
Yeah,
Like it's not worth it to do. And the thermometer, a good, quick, instant read thermometer just makes your world,
yeah,
because if people don't get it. Okay, if you don't have a grill or a smoker and you're going to use your oven, as soon as it's done, you use a bimetallic, like the old school dial one,
mm-hmm.
you're going to put it in. Your door is open on your oven for 5 minutes while that thing's doing this.
Lifting.
You're wasting all of that heat
Yep,
and all of that energy. You take
yep.
a thermopan, or even if it's a slower but still an instant read
Quick read.
thermometer,
Yeah,
you go in, even if it takes 5 seconds, it's better than 5 minutes.
yeah,
Boom, up, okay, good, pull it out, go.
yeah,
And I can't stress it enough. That that is one of the single best things you can get somebody to help
yeah,
immediately improve their cooking.
yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean,
I mean,
I can't. There's no argument. There's no.
yeah,
It's just an agreement. It's
yeah,
yes.
yeah. That is, if you have a cook that you love and you want to help them, buy them
Thermometer.
a good thermometer. And I say a good one. Again, you can get a thermopop. You can get a thermopen.
Sure. There's ranges,
I,
right?
yeah,
There's price ranges that you can definitely fit into almost any budget.
yeah.
Honestly, my biggest next thing I would say, I don't want to recommend knives. Don't buy knives for people. A knife is it needs to
Personal.
be personal. It's like you trying to buy a fucking like a custom like made shoe for a person. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like orthotics. You know what I mean? Like you can't go and buy that for them. Get them
yeah,
a gift card maybe, but don't buy the actual knife for
yeah.
them. Great cast iron is always a good gift.
Yep.
Um,
And you don't have to go crazy and buy like the crazy Stargazers or
no, but you can get them a good
Finex or
lodge.
one of them, but you can get them a good lodge, and even a lodge is still a nice pan.
It is, especially if you take
It's
care of it
still,
and you fucking
yeah,
yeah, it's a great pen.
yeah.
So
Meat
guys,
subscription. I don't know who's doing a meat subscription, but
I don't recommend those. I fucking hate that shit. Don't do that. And the reason I say that is because they're gonna send you a lot of shit that you really don't want. And you're gonna have to try to figure out what the fuck to do with it.
yeah, if you don't know how to cook it and you're like, what the fuck?
You're gonna get a lot of ground beef. Uh, but guys, we're out of here for tonight. This is the barbecue chat. Show. We're here every week, every Sunday. We start at 7 Central, 8 on the East Coast, and then you can message Steele
If you're over with,
whenever he figures
yeah,
it out. Yeah.
if you got a question, ask him. He'll fucking figure it out for you. He can do the
guys,
math.
We will be back. Hopefully our gift ideas helped
a little.
And next week we'll talk about some other shit. Good night.
Absolutely. Guys, good night. Don't forget, check us out on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel.
Yes.
This show will be up on YouTube along with other dumbass things that we come up with. So check them out, guys. We'll see you next week. Night.
See you next week, brother.
Later.